This is Spencer with New Worlds Poetry and Publishing. This is my series, Spencer Creates Dungeons, and today we're going to be creating a dungeon called Nahmazeel's Throne. It's going to be a small two-part dungeon, so it shouldn't take long. I'm trying a new format out, so let's get started on that. We're just going to start with a small dungeon here instead of the gigantic ones that I've been doing. Actually, let's not go quite that big even. No, 30 tiles should be perfectly fine. I cannot, for some reason, grab that. We're going to go by 22 tiles, and we're just going to do that. We're going to be creating both floors in one thing here. And let's just start with that. I haven't been with outside buildings creating things like right against the wall, but I kind of want to try this, creating rooms right against the borders. We're gonna leave hallways kind of out. That isn't the things I wanted to start with. This is gonna be an underground dungeon, like it's gonna be a short cave path and everything to it, so we're gonna start with that. We're gonna dig cave. Make kind of a larger entrance here. So this will be kind of like the entrance to it, and then I'm gonna do the hallway off this way, and then do the second floor over here. Because in Foundry it just translates a little better if it's all like in one area, especially if it's underground. Make that the entrance so the players can come in. And then we'll go to the design tool for not caves. I don't know why I did it that way right then, but I did. As for floor, I think I like the cobble the best. We're gonna do some kind of like stone here. These like stone walls here. I'm just gonna do a tunnel like this. I love the way that this all works together, so it doesn't make things like stupid difficult. I'm just gonna put a room over here, which I imagine, since this is like a cave into a complex, this is going to be a little bit kind of like maybe it was originally like a hideout for some kind of like, I want to say ne'er-do-wells, but that's not really what I was thinking. I was thinking not like bandits or brigands, but like this is like a concept for some kind of like evil clerics or something of a certain order. So we have what I'm going to make the first floor here, and then over here we're going to make a larger area, but I'm just seeing how much room I have. I'm not actually going to, I can't drag that, I forgot. So we're going to make the first room that the stairs are going to come down into right there. And we're going to make a hallway. Just going to set it up like this. And like I said in the beginning, I kind of wanted to see, like, rooms are, I think, look fine against the edge. But I'm just worried that hallways will be like too, I don't know, nondescript. They'll kind of take away from what we're doing here. So down here, I kind of wanted to make it like up here will be like the, I don't know, the barracks is what I was going to put here, and then like a little chapel, temple area here, and then I was going to put the, like mess hall. I was going to put just like a stove and a few tables in here with chairs, but they're not that large of rooms, so I'm thinking sleeping room, and then like a small, like an oven, and then like a table, a couple tables in there. And then down here we're gonna do like the real dirty work, where the barracks is gonna be where the stairs lead down to this area. And the cool part about like underground complexes like this is you don't really have to line them up with each other, like, and they don't have to be like perfect shapes or like one below the other. Like, you don't have to worry about like windows or anything like that, like seeing. So you like players don't really have to worry about what's beyond the ether for them until they get there. Because sometimes I just like leave areas like this, which I kind of don't want to now that I'm bringing it up. But like I'll just like leave areas like this. I'm gonna remove it, but like just blank, just nothing in there. Like I'm going to do now. I'm just not gonna put anything in there. Why? It gives them like the maybe there's a secret room there, and I don't know. Maybe there's gonna be. But maybe there's a secret room beyond the secret room. I don't know why, but, you know, I have a funny sense of humor like that sometimes. The unfortunate part is I have not figured out how to get rid of shadows in the building tool. So we're kind of stuck with shadows for the walls here, which I don't particularly care for, but I think that's our floor plan. Something simple like that, nice and easy. It gives us plenty to work with. So then what I like to do is, especially for things like this, well, we don't have to be anchored there, buddy. Especially for dungeons, is put in a few doors because, you know, nothing excites your players more than having to check for traps and check to see if things are locked. Which in my notes, I always write things. Oh yeah, that one's going to be open. I always write things as if they are. Now I have to go to just the wall tool and then select here. And I like to drag the whole thing like this. I mean, that kind of makes it look sus, doesn't it? I picked the wrong one is what it was. Okay, so we're going to want this to be over. See, now it looks a lot more fluid. If you zoom in, you can kind of see it. But the problem with that is, I picked this particular, like, kind of rough, what is it, just stone. I thought maybe it's like cobble or something, because there's concrete. Oh, there's cobble. Anyways, this stone wall particularly because the, it doesn't look different, and when you block this off with a wall in Foundry, they're not going to be able to tell that there's a secret entrance here. So we're just going to go and do that again here. So they're going to get into here, and there's going to be a little puzzle for them to get into the actual, what is going to be the, like, vault of this place. So there's a secret room behind a secret room because this particular facility was holding an ancient artifact that these cultists were hiding to basically, like, absorb its power. So we're going to eventually get there with that, but we are not currently. But no sweat, we will be. Sorry, I'm just looking at some notes real quick on what I particularly wanted to do here, but okay, so. The easy part about this is with this, I still haven't, I like to use tags. I still haven't gone out and found any. I don't like to snap items like this. Here, snap. I still haven't gone and found any, oh god, shadows look so bad on objects for me. I just don't like them. Found any, like, other textures or resources yet, but I will eventually. I also like to hide things like this, because then it makes some of the textures, like, new and unique. And then it gives me an idea of, like, what I want to do with, like, terrain blockers and stuff like that when, I'm just going to stick some tights just right down here. I don't know if this is like particularly loud, the music, but for me it is. So in my headphones, I'm just going to turn it down because I did turn up my total sound on my desktop to 50%, and it just seems loud enough that it shouldn't be like terrible for the recording, because I've recorded a couple tests before this, but it was very overwhelming there for a second, and I was trying to talk over it, and it just felt like it kept getting louder. I hate it when music does that. Alright, so for the cave, there's not going to be like a whole bunch of extravagant stuff to like derail the players, because this is not the main event here. A couple cobwebs, a little bit of this. Oh, and I love, for the terrain brush, I love doing this with caves and dungeons. It's just it's just part of me. I don't know why. I'll take this small brush and just little pool of water right there. I don't know why. I think it takes away from just like the grayscale of everything. So since I put this here, over here, I'm just gonna put another pool there. I just always love that as like a descriptor in like Donjon was something I used to use a lot. It was a website that just like made random dungeons, but like the descriptors and stuff on that were when they described like little pools of water and like little interesting things that you would find in the dungeons. I just always was drawn to the pools of water, and in Dungeondraft, they look super cool, and they kind of detract from that just grayscale with dungeons, and I think that helps with immersion for players. Oh, and these guys actually have like a more gray monochromatic scale for their theme anyways, so anything that I can make that's not going to be just droll is going to be great. So up here on the first level is where we'll concentrate first. We're going to make the, you know, I always start from the top and work my way down, so we're going to start from the top, and we got the little chapel area here, so let's go with what we can find in chair. I'm sure there are benches that'll work. Put a few against the back wall here. And I kind of, I like the just 6 seats there. And then we'll just put a couple on the walls over here. Because, I mean, this isn't going to be like a huge contingency of these big bad evil guys. So I don't want a chair for this. What I want is like an altar up here. I wonder if it's in dungeon. I know there is one. So what I do with this is go just all, and then go all to, hey, there we are. Easy as that. We're gonna make it a little bit bigger. I believe it's the Alt key. Alt lets you scroll with mouse wheel and make things a little bit larger. Yeah, because we want to make it like the entire 5 foot. Just this massive altar in front of these quote unquote pews or benches where the people would sit. Plus we're going to add a bunch of little cool things in front of it. We're going to scroll in for that. Go back to tags. Go back to admin. Because of course altar would be complete without their evil holy book on top of it. Oops, I hit control and scrolled out instead of alt, which scales the items. If you hold alt and mouse wheel with an item, scales it. If you just regular scroll, it rotates it. Real nice, real nice. Now I wanted to add some like candles, so we need a lighting tab over here. Lighting, there we are. It's just a bowl. Maybe we'll do that instead. I don't know. I don't feel like they'd have like huge dangerous flames in front of it. Especially with the cloth and the books. Just do a couple candles over here. I want this one to be kind of... Oh, that went under everything because I didn't layer these properly, which I should have. I'll get into that in another room because I'm just not going to mess with this stuff. So we have this, and so I like to add... Especially, this is going to be a place where these people still exist. This isn't like an ancient ruin. This is an actual dungeon. Where this big bad guy is waiting for them, kind of thing. Not that he knows that they're coming. Can I scale that down just a little bit and fit in this corner? Yes, freaking perfect. Look at that. Yeah, I like adding things like this because then it gives them like line of sight in particular areas, but it won't around this corner. Like, I mean, this one will, but they're not going to be like brightly lit. So their advantage will be their people with dark vision. We're going to scale this back up to the... Oh, that's rotation. We want to go 1. Add 1 here. Add 1 here. You know, I don't like the comparison to those. I like trying to line them up, and it's like very difficult with this. Line them up perfectly. I wonder. Oh, see, if you hit the A button, it reflects, or whatever it's called. It reflects horizontally, I believe. So I go to like desk. Yeah, like just flips it to the opposite side. Discovered that the other day. Yeah, see, these hallways are going to be kind of blank, except for the occasional bookshelf, which isn't in structures, is it? It's in its own tab called shelves. There it is. Except for, we're not going to do anything like crazy. I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to do this one. Just go click. And then take another. Actually, there's one that fits, so we're just gonna. I hit Z, so see it's gone. Yeah, you can use the Control Z to undo, and then I think it's Control R to redo. Control Y. Sorry, don't let me mislead you. But see, yeah, I think the shadows look dumb because if you look at it, the shadows are over the shelves too. Like they go over the items, which I didn't want to spend 20 minutes of the video building the entire thing, so I just used building tool. I wish they would take the shadows out. Maybe if I go to walls and shadow off and then go to building tool, I'm going to be real upset if that works because I've never tried that before. Nope, didn't work. Alright, didn't think it did. I say, because I think I particularly tested out that theory before. Nope, didn't work. Okay, so we made their chapel. We're going to move on over here. Since we went into the hallway and added a couple little things for them. We're going to go over here. And I was going to make this their... but I'm going to make this the barracks area where the ladder or stairwell is going to be. This is going to be like more of like a kitchen. But not really. It's just going to have an oven in it. Which you're going to ask yourself, where does the smoke from the oven go? I gotta tell you, these cultists aren't the smartest. So we're going to row cabinets here. I like adding, just because... I don't know, I just like the way it looks. It has plenty of shelves on it. Can add cool things on top of it. For fountains, I typically use these fountains as like a sink rather than like a side fountain. Just like a place you can wash your hands, you know, you have to replace the water. Even though there's magic, there's not plumbing in an evil underground cultist complex. Yeah, see, none of this is the stuff I wanted to add. I believe it's actually structure. Or it's not structure, it's fixture. Fixture. There's ovens, here's stove. Boom, stove. Just put a stove in here. And that's when we will add a table with some stuff on it. But I can't read. It's the first one. Put a table there and a table there, and we're actually gonna just move this bad boy over a bit. And then go back to objects. Oops, click the wrong one. And then scroll up to chair, and we're gonna just put a couple chairs around it. And then I know there was a food one. Boom, food. Yep. Yeah, I was like, there wasn't actually food that I wanted. I wanted. Oh, why are we stuck? Oh, okay. Because I hit the spacebar on accident when I clicked. Gotcha. It's gonna be a little bit of food, but it's not gonna be anything crazy. Oh, it's just like a plate of berries. Just drop this knife right here on the table. Easy peasy. Other than light, I think this room is finished. Oh, that's just not even close to what I want. Put a light in both of those places, and then I think dining has a good one. Yeah, there we go. Put a pot on the stove. Boom. Really phone. I forgot to turn my vibrations off. So if you hear that, I apologize. It's like right next to my microphone, so I apologize. Alright, now we're going to move down to this room. I think I'm going to make this just like a storage area. That is just a gigantic wine cask or barrel. But that's not what we're going to add. We were going to add some barrels, but... And then there's a crate one too, which also I think it's alter control. If you hold one, you can select multiple ones. It's definitely control. So I could select multiple tabs. Crate is right there. My eyes were just looking right past it for some reason. Make a storage area here where they can kind of disrupt the supply lines, or feel like they are. I mean, it's not really what they're going to be doing, but it's going to feel like that for them. Fire, just a fire tab. Not what I wanted, but I don't think I've clicked on it in a while. And of course, the thing will be, there'll be something hidden in here that they can pick up. There's crates. I thought there was a chest tab too. Chair, no. Maybe it's treasure, under treasure. Yep, there it is. Just hide this little chest back here. And so in Foundry, one of the things you can do is add like terrain or like line of sight blockers. So you can make it so like the crates kind of block this off. And then when they discover it, like if somebody rolls a high enough investigation, is like just remove the line of sight blockers here so they can see the chest is back there. And then be like, you discovered a chest. That's just how I like to play it. Kind of gives them a sense of like things can be revealed, like along with these. I don't put a door here. What I'll do is I'll put a wall section. I'll put a wall section there and make it so the wall section, I can't do it like that. The wall section ends here, which is not what I want to do. And then just make a short, like, one block wall section that I can either move or delete so they can see that, hey, that's a door. And there'll be a door there instead, or underneath that wall, that they can now see, kind of been revealed kind of thing. So this is going to be the barracks. So what we're going to do is we're going to make like a bunch of, they're going to be broken, but not even a bunch of, we're going to make like 6 beds in here maybe. This dude's bed's going to be right against the wall. Just have like 4 of them sleeping in the bed. Why not? Dude has some pillows. And then just, you know, another just regular old bed. Boom, beds. Makes that easy. And then I think containers or something. Maybe it's fixtures again. Furniture? Furniture. I think it's called furniture. Food fountain, floating fixture. Huh. Nope. Certainly not structure. Maybe shelf. This can be a wardrobe. So we're just going to put a couple of them in here. Oops, meant to click that one. We'll just do that. And then we'll add some lighting, and floor 1 is pretty much done. There'll be a few like minute details that I'll add, but I think floor 1 is finished. And we won't even get into floor 2. I'm going to add those details because I'm going to try to sum these videos up into 30 minutes. So since floor 1 is done, we had a couple of our sconces or braziers in there. This calls them wall torches, so added a couple of those in there. We don't really just a couple of fine details that I want to add. Nothing major. So I think if I call it at 28 minutes, I don't think that's a great detriment to the video, if I'm being honest. And then I'll pick up in the next video. I'll pick up the next floor, which will be a little more in depth. I'll catch you in the next one.